All right, we're back. Steelhead Nation podcast. Our buddy John Loomis has joined us today. You might be familiar with his business that he's involved with, Baseballism, but he's also involved with us here at Steelhead Gear, so we're excited to have him join us today.
It's great to be here.
Awesome. How you guys doing?
Well, I'm doing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We got the rain has come back. We were supposed to actually do a little surf fishing Monday, but we've called that off. I was going to go out. That, by the way, AJ, heads up. I haven't told you. We called that off because it's going to be a little too gnarly. And we were going to go with my dad, and he's, I think, 74 now, so we don't need him in the big surf.
Yeah, so I don't want the news story of old man washes away while fishing.
Yeah, my dad could classify as Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man washes away.
Florida man washes away in Oregon.
Yeah, that's going to be a kick in the ass when we get that going. We actually get to go over there and do that. That'll be fun. How's things going with you?
They're great, man.
Just got back from California?
I was in California, little business down there in Orange County.
Mm-hmm.
It was raining, but that's the way it is right now in California.
Have you seen the movie Orange County?
I have not.
With Jack Black and Tom Hanks' son, Colin Hanks?
No, is it recent?
No, it's older. It's
Haven't
like
seen it.
early 2000s. Absolutely fantastic movie. Have you seen it?
I have.
It's so funny.
Well, if Jack Black's in it, I'm gonna watch it.
And it's like early Jack Black, before Jack Black was just Jack Black in every movie. I kind of feel like Jack Black and Adam Sandler are the same person in every single movie, right?
Yeah.
But Jack Black plays like this older brother who is kind of a burnout druggie, and it's hilarious. Great movie.
Done.
I can't. Anytime somebody says Orange County, that's the first thing I think of because the movie's called Orange County. I think of that, and then I think of Social Distortion. Is it from Orange County? Good.
Rage Against the Machine, by the way.
That's right.
Yeah.
I saw a picture the other day of it was like one of those throwback like 90s Facebook pages, and they'll post like a picture of a band, and it'll just say the band name, and then people comment like, "Oh, that was my favorite band back in the day." But it was Red Hot Chili Peppers with Dave Navarro, and I forgot that Dave Navarro was in Red Hot Chili Peppers for a minute.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Want to know a Red Hot Chili Peppers tangent?
Huh.
I was watching the other day, old school movie, The Ration.
And they're in it.
They're in it. They're the band that plays the like party they go to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally forgot that Flea was Needles in Back to the Future.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
And he wore more
What's the
than a
matter,
sock.
McFly? You chicken? It's so good. Yeah, and then he comes back in Back to the Future 2 as Old Needles, who works for whatever company that he works for that he gets fired from. Remember his boss is like, McFry! Yeah.
And there's your trip down memory.
Yep, there you go. I just dated ourselves dramatically.
Summed up the 90s.
So I got an invitation. I put a post on Facebook the other day that was like, we're going to start filming new episodes of Always Searching. And I asked, where should we go? And I got a ton of people, which you've done one, and we were going to have you come up to the OP, but you had like spring training.
Yep, can't make it.
Which, by the way, my wife just got home plate tickets to Mariners Giants March 16th.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Dude,
we're
that's
going.
Fabulous.
We're going to fly down Wednesday night,
Hell
go to the
yeah.
game, and then fly back Friday morning.
Good for you guys.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Her sister got him through a friend or something. But
That's
anyway, so I got an invitation. Went through all of these things. I got a bunch of people. I got a connection with some guys in Michigan, so we'll check that out and see if we can do that. We got to make sure everything pencils, but we got an invitation.
They didn't hate us for all their idiotic comments about not knowing anything.
No, they didn't hate us, but we got corrected many times.
Fair enough.
We don't know anything about your fishery, sorry. However, I got an invitation from a guy that I've known for a long time. He's great friends with Dustin Parsons, and many other folks that we know, who invited us to go to Alaska for 2 days. So you've
Where?
spent, what's that?
Where?
I actually haven't looked that up. But you've spent a lot of time in Alaska.
I have.
Don't know that you have any ambition to go back, but what do you think? Should we
I
do
actually
it?
love Alaska, man. I would go back there for sure.
Have you been?
I have. Love it.
Yeah. Where'd you go?
Juneau?
Yeah. Did you go to the fish or did you go to hang
No,
out?
it was
Yeah.
a different.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't a fishing trip.
I've gone one time to fish. It was horrendous. It was the end of August. There was no water. We were pushing our boat half the time. It was
What river were you on?
I forget the name of the river, but it was in the Copper River Basin, and we stayed at this lodge. They gave us boats, great accommodations, great everything. You know, we caught a bunch of dollies and stuff, but like the silvers, the gill netters were out at the mouth, and they were blocking, you know,
Welcome to Alaska.
everything, right? And there was we fished hard. I caught one fish on the last day on the last cast.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And the day we got up early, packed up to go to the airport, it started raining like nobody's business. And it was just, you could watch the river rise and you could hear the boats just. So anyway, that was my fishing trip to Alaska. So I need redemption. But where did you work?
So I worked out of Anchor Point a little bit, fishing in the salt there. And then I flew over across the inlet when I worked there. And then I spent quite a while working for Bobby Kratzer on the Nushagak at Alaska Kingfishers.
Mhm.
And I spent a few years working at Mission Lodge out of, both of those are just outside of Dillingham. Mission Lodge is a fly-out lodge where we flew kind of all over. So I've guided on the Togiak system and up in the refuge there. And,
Yeah.
over in kind of the whole Woodtick system. I've guided on the Nushagak, of course, and that system. I did do some flyouts over to like Moraine and Battle, the Kvichak, some of that stuff. So I've had a good sampling of the
you've been
remote
all
part
over.
of Alaska for sure.
What about, where were you at when that plane crashed?
That's when I worked at Mission Lodge, and I was over on the Togiak.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
That's gnarly.
that was a crazy experience.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not capable of handling that as a stupid kid with a first aid kit.
How big of a plane was it?
It was a Beaver.
Oh, really?
You know, so there was 6 guys and a pilot.
Ugh.
Thankfully, everyone was all right because I would not have been capable of handling anything else, and I was
Yeah.
the first one there.
Yeah.
So
That's brutal. Yeah, I was told always, like, end of August for silvers is when you go. It's going to be awesome, especially where we went. We talked to a bunch of people at the Sportsman Show, me, my father-in-law, his brother, and his son. We booked this trip. We went, and we almost missed our flights. We got to the airport, and my father-in-law's brother made some stupid joke about our guns. And the TSA guy was like, well, we got to search all your stuff now. And we actually did miss our flight. Actually, we got there and they had just shut the door and they were taxiing out. And so we had to wait.
but that was your Portland to Seattle
Portland,
leg?
Seattle, yeah.
Yeah, so that every 30 minutes anyway.
Yeah, but still, it was like,
Stressful.
yeah. But, yeah, if we go to Alaska, we should go.
Dude, I'm in, man.
Yeah.
So will it be in August? Is that when you guys are going?
I don't know when we'll go. I just got the brief invitation. Sitak?
Oh, nice.
Is that how you say it?
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm always like, I'm never saying this name correctly.
Yeah.
But also got an invitation. What would you rather do? Alaska? Because you can actually go to Alaska, like flights, you get a cabin, whatever, especially if you're only going for a couple days. It's really not that bad, price-wise. But if you go, it's almost like if you're going, you should probably go for like 3, 4, 5,
Yeah,
days.
make it worth your while, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you're traveling to fish, and this is as someone who's traveled a lot to fish,
Yeah.
you should never go less than 3 days.
Yeah, yeah. Because sometimes time just doesn't permit. But
Yeah.
if you get a chance, sometimes you just got to take the opportunity. But like, would you rather do that, or would you rather do Oregon striped bass? And we're not going to say where, because we all know where.
So I'm talking to a friend of mine about that right now,
Yeah,
who lives
yeah.
down there and has had some good success. So I talked to him a couple days ago.
Same guy that invited us to Alaska has a bit of a line on that as well.
Yeah.
So.
Man, I say Alaska.
I know.
I mean, we could do.
You can do the
Oregon
striped bass
thing.
anytime.
Yeah, and that's our backyard.
It's a couple hours, you know?
Yeah.
But Alaska, yeah, for sure. So if you go to Alaska, don't bring a gun to protect yourself against bears that every guide will laugh at you for bringing.
Always a good choice.
I know. I had a friend who did that.
I'm asking for a friend.
Little pea shooter's not going to do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, I don't have a lot of pistols. Brought what I have. The 357 is not doing anything to a grizzly bear.
Oh.
But
It does frighten me, man. I'll be honest. The one
Yeah.
thing about going to Alaska to go fishing, I've seen the videos, man.
Oh, dude.
A grizzly bear. I get it. Like, if you're going during fishing when the fish are migrating, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They're well fed, so the probably the odds of having
That's what they want.
a
They want
negative
the fish.
encounter.
Yeah, they don't want. But still, it's
Yeah, man, that's scary.
But it's like anything, when you're around it all the time, you kind of get like desensitized to it, I would imagine, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure the first couple, when you first got up there, the first couple encounters you had, you were like, oh shit. But after a while, you kind of got.
There was places we fished where they were everywhere. Like we fished brooks, and that's inside Katmai National Park, and that's where they take pictures of the bears as they catch salmon on the falls for National Geographic and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And we fished that. And we fished not in the falls, but we fished within the eyesight of those falls, and there's bears everywhere.
What's the rule on that? They just say just don't look them in the eye, or
Well,
don't
you
even
just stay away
don't
from
mess
them.
them.
You just stay
Don't
away
call
from
them by their first name.
Yeah.
They hate that.
Yeah,
They hate that.
They hate it when you bring up their ex-girlfriend. Makes them angry. No, you just, there's rules for how close you're supposed to be to them. There's rules for how you're supposed to interact with them. Sometimes you cannot avoid, like sometimes you'll be fishing and a bear will come out of the bushes like 10 feet from you, and you have to sort of get your guys out of the way. But they really are just there to eat salmon.
Yeah.
And you guys spray, right? I mean, is that like not even?
Yeah, we didn't carry
Shotguns?
but nope.
You had them in the boat, right?
No.
Really?
Most of the time there, we kept them in the camps, like because you're sleeping there in a tent.
Yeah.
And we would stay in tents. Like I stayed at the Togiak for about a month. I stayed on the Upper Nush for about a month by myself, actually, in a tent.
Yeah.
And they would just fly clients out to us there a couple days a week, and the rest of the time you just hang out. You keep a gun in your tent, but I never kept them on me fishing because it's not an issue.
Yeah.
You know.
Interesting. Yeah. We saw a couple when we were up there from afar, but I remember one time. I've been out a couple times here in Oregon, but where I felt the same way, but in Alaska as well, where I was walking by myself. I'd gotten a couple 100 yards away from my crew of guys, and I saw these massive grizzly prints in the sand. And this is that Alaska sand where every step you take, your foot sinks like 2 feet. And I'm like, if I have to run in this, I'm dead. I might as well just blow my brains out and not get eaten alive.
Well, that's a story anywhere.
Yeah.
You're not running a bear if you're on
Well, of course,
a
but
track.
still, I don't even have a fighting chance, right?
Yeah.
And so, but I remember that feeling of being watched, and I couldn't tell. And I've had this encounter with a big cat on the coast, Oregon coast here one time, where I was just like, I didn't have any weapon on me at all. And I felt like I was being watched and followed. And then the highway above the river, it was getting like dusk, and the headlights started coming down. People turn their headlights on, and you could just see the light hit the eyes on the opposite side of the river. and this river is very small in the summertime, like an easy jump, you're dead. And I was like, how do I get out of here, like safely, right? You know, you don't want to like just turn tail and run, but you also. So anyway, but that was the second time that I had felt that feeling of being, that eerie feeling of being tracked.
Yeah.
You ever felt that when you're out fishing?
Dude, I've never experienced that. No.
Oh,
no,
it's a creepy feeling, like the hair on the back of your neck stands up, like your lizard brain goes off, and you just go, oh shit.
And what's the rule on, you know, encounters with big cats? Is it get big and loud, or is it walk away slowly?
I mean,
because I feel like I've heard different things on that.
I've seen more videos lately of people encountering big cats than I've ever seen, and heard of more interactions, which is why I am inclined to carry a pistol now when I go out in the at least the deeper woods.
Yeah.
Maybe not like, you know, if you're going to go fish the Oregon coast, it's pretty uncommon. But if you're going to go someplace that's a little bit more backcountry, I'm more inclined to keep this.
So 4 houses down from me, I live not too far from here, right?
Yeah.
And 4 houses down from me, a deer got taken down by a mountain lion.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, you know, there's a school,
you
know, like a couple blocks away, and it's like there's some remote areas right by the Tualatin River there, but like
there's actually quite a few bobcats over by me.
Really?
That's bobcat sightings that you see, because you see the like local Facebook chat groups and shit.
Yeah.
But I think the rule, from what I've seen anyways, and heard, is kind of like bears. You know, hey, back up, get big.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. From what I've seen, I've never had like a face-to-face big cat encounter. From what I've seen, big cats just don't care. Like if they're interested and they want to come get your ass, number one, you won't know it. You won't see it coming. Usually. Yeah. From what I've heard. If you've had an encounter, leave comments, because I'm sure it's totally different. Have you had a big cat encounter?
I've seen them, but I've never been bothered by them.
Yeah, yeah. Pro would know. But I've had those encounters, but I've never had like the face-to-face encounters. But I mean, man, there was a video that surfaced a while ago where this dude I think he was elk hunting somewhere outside of Eugene, and was just walking on a trail, and bam, big ass mountain lion. And he got big, yelled, get back, started backing up. He said, do not turn your back to a big cat, right? Right. But he started backing up, he pulled his pistol, and that cat was just like, no, man, you're my lunch. And like was coming towards him, and he had to unload on it, killed it. But I mean, he was shaking. He had his GoPro, I think, on, and he was shaking so bad. I can imagine, right? You would just be pooping your pants, right? Just serious.
There was, you know, this wasn't too long ago either. There was a trail runner in California.
Yeah.
And a mountain lion took him out. It sounded like it was a juvenile, but he strangled it to death.
Yeah. I remember that one where everybody was like, he fought a mountain lion, and they found out it was juvenile.
Yeah, it was like a smaller one.
But it's like a house cat. Yeah. Just like,
it's like somebody's main food.
And somebody's like,
he's like,
I got you. I got you.
It's like holding it over his head.
7 pounds of fury.
No, but seriously though, that would scare the crap out of me. Because a big cat, I mean,
you got no chance, man.
No, and your only chance is that you hope that you can. You remember? Did you see the video of the guy who was on like that logging road and he came across a mama and baby?
Yeah, and he started backing away.
He started backing up,
for
and
like
thing started
2
charging.
miles.
Yeah,
he was
just
just
a
like
long video.
Going. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude, I would absolutely freak out.
Dude, a mom protecting her cubs is the worst.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, dude.
What are you gonna do?
All instinct for that guy.
Yeah, I had a black bear in Southern Oregon when I was 4-wheeling in high school in the snow. Came across a mom and her cubs, and I was in my truck, and we stopped and just sat there. But she didn't care. Like the cubs crossed the road, and she came and she was like, "Ruh, ruh," at the truck.
Wow.
And we just sat there and were like, what the hell's going to happen if this thing jumps on the truck, right? You know, we're 16 years old.
Yeah.
She finally took off and ran, but man, you don't mess with the mamas, man.
No, you do not.
I seriously though have the next time I go into like a little bit more remote area, I will 100% have a pistol on me because I'm not going out like that. I'm not getting eaten alive.
Totally, man.
No way.
Yeah, I agree. That makes a lot of sense, dude.
You gonna get eaten alive?
I'm not too worried about it.
You've had a good life.
I've had a good run. I've had a good run.
I got insurance.
I just think it's pretty unlikely, so I'll be all right.
It's pretty unlikely, but I don't want to be that guy, man.
Yeah, true.
I don't want to be that guy. So Alaska it is.
Okay.
Sounds like we've made up our minds. We have to figure that out. When
Yeah.
and where and how much and where we go. If you guys have any comments or you'd like to host or help us figure out a way where to go, I mean, obviously you know tons of folks and I know a few as well. We can make it happen, but leave some comments. Let us know. And Michigan.
That I'd like to do.
Michigan, neither of us have ever done. And that would be fun as hell too.
I'm always up for fisheries I've never done before.
Or Wisconsin. Michigan,
Yeah.
Wisconsin, that whole zone.
Great Lakes. You know, wherever they have steel.
That whole region. That whole region would be fun. Or the Big Browns.
Yes. That's the part that maybe looks most exciting to me.
Mm-hmm.
Those big brown trout.
Yep. Cool. What else?
Nice.
What else we got?
Dude, you're drinking out of the new mug.
Oh, that's right.
And I'm drinking out of a new mug. And as soon as we're done with this podcast, I'm going to drive them up to the warehouse. And hopefully they'll go online this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, there
Awesome.
we go. They're beauties.
Yeah, I'm gonna I'll rinse this out with some water real quick and put it back on the shelf. But it's still good.
Some lucky bastard will get your used mug.
You should sign it, man. Sell it for twice as much.
Yeah, right.
You'd be like one of those OnlyFans girls who sells her bathwater.
Ugh. Gross. Gross. There was a chick who was selling farts in a jar. No
Yeah.
joke.
I know. She made she went to the hospital because she was farting so much.
Oh my god.
She
Trying to force
made $100,000
Worth it.
selling farts in a jar.
Totally worth it.
ER
Oh,
visit. ER bill was probably 60,000.
That's right. She's still 40 grand ahead, man.
She's up.
I mean, what? She spent $10 on jars and 40 grand ahead, man. You're the money guy.
Is there
Figure it
like a
out.
warranty on that? Is there a warranty on that? Like, what if you order one and it's like...
I wonder what the terms and conditions of her website say.
I just wonder, like,
No returns.
Is there like a drop down where you can
return.
choose like the chili fart, the hamburger fart,
it's probably an option add-on.
Brussels sprout
You
fart?
should just see what she eats first. You're like, I would like you to eat asparagus tomorrow. I have to pay an extra $12.
That's
but
when
it'll be
you know.
worth it.
That's when you know you work in the e-commerce world. When you
Oh.
take something like that and immediately go, now how would you monetize that?
Yeah.
What would you do? What would your terms of service be? Hey, I got this, and it wasn't the quality that I thought it was going to be. Soon as this podcast is over, we stop filming. There's 100% chance we're going to spend the next 2 hours talking about farting in a pack. Are we done? Are we good?
25, yep.
Right on.
Yeah, we're right on.
AJ,
time.
you didn't say anything.
I didn't.
Yeah?
No.
You ever fart in a jar?
No.
Have you ever
Never.
paid for a fart in a jar?
Never.
Would you?
Never.
Pay for a
Yeah.
fart in a jar. Come on.
If someone would pay me to fart in a jar, though, that's a different story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty universal. $10, I'd fart in a jar. I didn't have to be $100,000.
Oh yeah.
I want to
I'd
know.
do it for $1.
I want to know if somebody sends you that request now on our thing.
If somebody leaves a comment on our YouTube channel that they want a fart in a jar, I will 100% send you a fart in a jar.
Oh my god. I'm out of here, dude. I'm out. I'm not going to Alaska with you anymore.
You want just because you want one?
I'm jealous.
All right, let's wrap this up. All right, we'll see you guys next week.